Now I see you, I don't, there you go. And your sound is off.
Okay, I'm going to stop this recording.
Okay. Hi, everybody. This is Barry Klein. And I want to thank you all for being with us earlier today for the Great Yarns Trunk Show. It was really great to be with everyone. Thank you for taking the time to be with us. We've already been getting comments about how much everyone loves what we've shown. And towards the end, we had the opportunity to put things under the camera. So I'm taking the privilege of doing this one more time for those of you who couldn't stick with us the whole time. We want to make sure that you get to see it all. So this is the angel wing wrap. It was one of the first pieces that I showed. And it's worked in sections, and each section is connected one on top of the other so that there's no finishing at the end. It's all done. So it starts with chin chin. We've used streaker, and here's streaker. And we've used Brillino. So in some cases, like right here, this is streaker all on its own. Right up here, we alternated them in 4-row stripes. Completely up to you how you use it. We've put it together in kit form in order to make it easier for you. Online on the website, Fontel's got all of the pictures. It's a really great size. I'm just going to scoot this up. You can see all the color changes and all the different things that are in here. 3 different colors of streaker, 3 different colors of Brillino, and 1 color of chin chin. So the frame stays the same. It's the internal pieces that change. So again, this is the angel wing shawl. In alpha, we have done this really fun cardigan. It's called the Eyelet Diamond cardigan. And this is alpha. You really don't get to see the beauty of the yarn until the light hits it. It's a tubular yarn, which means it's rounded. It's circular, and there's a touch of metallic running through it. Very, very subtle. And when you knit it, it kind of hides itself away. But you can see right in the light how the color comes to play. In this case, I mixed 2 different colors. So cream on one side and the charcoal gray on the other. You don't have to do it in different colors. I chose to do it because up in the yoke, we played with a texture. So 2 rows each of 2 colors. On the opposite side, it gets reversed. So again, we just played with it, but this is the Alpha Diamond cardigan. Some colors more subtle, other colors more graphic. Keep it simple or go where opposites attract. Again, the Alpha cardigan. And that is pattern 6200M. One of the other textures that people had really good conversations with today is Maldives. And this is Maldives in the ball. It's a linen base, so there's multiple strands of linen. Wrapped around the linen is a cotton flake or a little bit of a twisted cotton and a baby pigtail. So you can see all different fibers twisted together. It's a really generous size. It's a great little thickness, but not the weight. And what we did is we played with contrasting colors. So you can go subtle, you can go really contrasting. In fact, these are the 2 colors for the season. And for the shape on the design, we threw some bust darts in here. So you can see it right here. What that does is it just arcs the piece so that it gets some shape to it. The back and the front are the same. We just kept the sleeves solid. And this is the 2-colored stripe Maldives pullover, and it's pattern number 6200G. Also playing with the Maldives, we've mixed 2 yarns together. So for spring summer, we brought in a couple of new yarns. This one is called Heavenly. It is also multi-strands of cotton with a little flake over the top of it. Again, we like a little bit of texture here at Trendsetter. So you can see, you can do colors that have a subtle match. These, in this case, it's this mixed with black. but it could also be gray if you want it to be more subtle in its tone. What's great about the cardigan is we've also done the bust darts, but what really shows how it works is this is a 2-row stripe. That's what it looks like on the inside. So when you're knitting, you're creating horizontal stripes. For those of us that don't want stripes, don't like stripes, by putting the reverse side on the outside, it just makes it more subtle. And with those bust darts, it keeps the side seam perfectly flat and gives you a little bit of a ruffled texture in here. So again, this is the Maldives and Heavenly Dart Swing Cardigan 6200F. And all of these things are up on Fontel's website. So you can see them being worn by our models, and you can see them in the pictures that we've put up there for everyone that were sent as an email blast. And then we have streaker. So somebody asked me, if you wear it, do you become a streaker? And that's personal. That's completely up to you. I would say it might happen in my household, but would I do that outside of the house? Hell no. So I leave it up to you. What you choose to do, it's on you. What we've done here is we've picked 2 separate colors of streaker. This yarn is a blend of cotton, and it's biological cotton, so it's kept very safe and clean. And it's mixed with soy. The 2 fibers are blended together and then spun into multi-strands. After that, the yarn is elongated dyed, so you can see the change of colors are very subtle. And then they've inlaid streaks of color on top of it. What we've done in this jacket, which is our mitered jacket, is you cast on the whole edge and across the top, kind of hard to see, across the top. Oh, let's make this easier for you. There we go. So you're casting on the front and across the shoulder. There's a miter right in here. So it starts out as a straight piece, the miter curves it over. When the shorter piece is done, it just gets bound off. And this is 4 rows each of 2 separate colors, all done in garter stitch. So that's the inside done in garter stitch. And when you use an even number and you change it, you really get to see the color changes. 2 diverse colorways on each of the pieces. So this is one side, and that's the other. So you can see tons and tons of shades that show up because within one ball, you're getting all of these different tones. So this is the streaker mitered yoke cardigan. It's pattern 6200D. Also in streaker, and this truly shows the glory of the yarn. This is just how beautiful this yarn is. It has a great gloss to it. That's what the soy is, but it also has wonderful elasticity. You can snap the yarn and you see it bounces back. What that means is that the yarn's going to keep its shape. What I've done here is 3 different print colors. So 3 different colors in streaker, all done in different row counts. So 20 rows, 16 rows, 6 rows, 8 rows, 4 rows, all done at random. I tore up little pieces of paper, picked it out at random. So one front is one set of numbers. The other front, a completely different set of numbers, so that the rows don't match and the colors don't match. And you can see why it's called streaker, because you get subtle color changes and then streaks that look like they're painted right into the yarn. And we've done the same thing for the sleeves. Here's both sleeves, and you can see just how diverse the colors are from both of the sleeves. They truly don't match, but they work because of all the colors coming together. So this is the classic streaker cardigan, and this is pattern 6200A. One of my favorites for the season is the Colorissimo cardigan. And Colorissimo is a multicolored yarn. It has an elongated stripe. So this is one ball. What we've done here is we didn't use it all its own. I personally love a little touch of metallic. So we threw a strand of Berlino right in with it. One strand of each held together. When you're using yarns together, our suggestion is that you take this yarn, put it in a little Ziploc bag, take the tail and run it up through the center and pull it through the center. Take this one and use it from the outside. So it wraps around it. And what it does is it creates this look. It looks twisted. Again, I've put the bust starts in here. It's a patch pocket that sits right on top. I like pockets. People have been asking for them. So the hand can go right in the pocket. It's a really nice size and a great depth. What happens when pockets are too short is that your hand hits the bottom of the pocket and it distorts. But because this is a nice long pocket, your hand stops right about here, so it doesn't distort anything. The real beauty of this is just how many shades are in this. So I'm just gonna fold it one more time. And starting at the top, and this is one colorway. So it starts up here, and as you knit it, you can see every one of these shades that are within the one ball of yarn. There's anywhere from 45 to 60 different shades right in this one ball of yarn. And again, one strand of each held together. If you're not a metallic person, you don't have to put Berlino. It could be done in Colorissimo all on its own. And this one is pattern 6200N, and it's the Colorissimo and Berlino pocket cardigan. Not very creative on our names, that's for sure, but we get the job done. And then part of Lana Grossa is they've just created a hand-dyed collection. And it's a very special collection because of what they do with it. So this is their cool wool. It's 100% wool, it's completely washable, and it is hand-dyed. So that's the yarn. Part of the ball of yarn is solid, goes to shades, and then they've speckled it. And that's this part here. So in this one, it's short rows. In here, it's eyelet. It's done in short rows. This is garter stitch and short rows. Cool wool becomes the frame. And then we've used silk hair. So all of the speckled colors that are right in here is what they use to dye the silk hair. So every multicolor has a combination to go together. And here's another skein. So depending on the shades that you want, you can go color on color. If you're a contrasting person, you could do it that way. Completely up to you. What's fun about this is that if you're not a short row person, but you like the idea of it, we've created another piece where it's exactly the same, just done in stripes. I don't have it handy to show you at the moment, but it looks exactly the same. And both patterns and both designs are going to be in one pattern. And this is 6201H. And again, silk hair hand dye, cool wool hand dye. So I'm just going to say thank you once again. It was great spending time with you this morning, seeing everybody. We appreciate your business and your friendship. And if there's anything we can do for you, please keep in touch with Great Yarns. And I'm Barry. See you soon. Stay safe, everyone.